was translated.
Uthi umshushisi sibuyele emuva lapha kule ndawo yama ATM akazi ukuthi mhlawumbe ubufakazi ophane ngabo noma yilento ebengikade ngimtolikele yona.
You said at that time you were held by Buthelezi and someone else. Can you describe that person?
Uthebo kade ubanjwe ubuthelezi nomunye ake umchaze lo omunye lo okhuluma ngaye.
Ngishilo Nkosi enkantolo ukuthi wayenomzimba yizwa ngeke ngimbona ebusweni ngoba wayefaka imask la ngeke ngikwazi ukumbona la ebusweni.
The particular person had a big body, however I could not see him on the face as he had a mask.
Because what I heard when I asked you this question, it was a white gentleman. So I wanted it to be clarified.
Uma ngisho na umshushisi uthi uzwe kanjalo naye ukuthi uthe umuntu wayekade emhlophe.
Nkosi enkantolo kune mask le eveza amehlo la lengathi phelela so esikwa so. Uyambona umuntu la emhlophe uthi ayilo mhlophe la mawumbuka la kusevela khona la.
My Lord, there is that particular mask that shows only the eyes, and when you look right through towards the eye, you would be able to see that the particular person was white.
I wanted clarity on that. I thought maybe it was lost in translation, but it's fine. Let's proceed.
Uthi bekafuna ukucaciselwa khona lapho bekacanga ukuthi mhlawumbe ilahleke ngalesikhathi ngizobe ngiyitolika.
Yebo Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes, my Lord.
So, once was still there, when you were held by that gentleman you've described and as well as Buthelezi, were you still in cuffs?
Ngalesikhathi ubanjwe yilomlisa lo othi wayekubambe nobuthelezi bo usafaswe izankosi.
Nkosi enkantolo ngangifaswe some izandla zami na azangathi ngifaswe so ngifaswa ngemuva izandla zami.
I was still in cuffs and the hands were at the back, my Lord. I never said I was cuffed from the front.
And then when you were made to sign those documents, were the cuffs taken off at some stage?
Ngalesikhathi bathi usayine ke amaphepha lezankosi ziye zakhululwa.
Wakhiphe C1 Nkosi enkantolo sawa right.
One of the cuffs were removed, especially the one which was on the right hand side.
Okay, fine. I just want to make sure that I ask you this question. Fingerprints, were they taken there at Orlando near those ATMs?
Manje uthi isithupha sithathwe laphaya khona eOrlando la bekade kunalama ATM.
Nkosi enkantolo ngisithatha isithupha khona eOrlando ngoba babephethe lento le khona lento babephethe encane le encane le la wafika ayivula khona kwathiwa ngesituphe songibekele.
Yes, my Lord, it was taken in Orlando because that ink print was there in Orlando and they said I must put my fingerprint, and then that's when I had placed it.
Who was in possession of that particular item you're referring to?
Ubani lo bekade eyiphethe lento le ebathe ubeke isithupha kuyo.
Angithi Nkosi enkantolo mangishawa mina umabheno wafika wayivula phambi kwami ethi ngiyathelisa la beka la ubaba lo ebambela amaphepha la.
Mabhena opened it as I was being assaulted and he was in front of me. He opened it and said I must put my thumbprint and then put it on the document.
So, lastly, the AVL indicates that the vehicle, the Toyota Fortuner, returned to Moroka police station at around 1616.
Manje ubufakazi lo be AVL bubonisa ukuthi imoto le ya Toyota Fortuner ibuyele emuva eMoroka isikhathi uma kukade kuyimizuzu e16 ngemva kwehora lesine.
Nkosi enkantolo mina isikhathi ngangenaso Nkosi enkantolo ngeke ngikwazi ukuphawula ngesikhathi.
I did not have a watch, my Lord. I would not be able to comment on the time.
But can you comment on whether the assault did take place before this time?
Mhlawumbe ungakwazi ukuphawula ukuthi ushawe ngaphambi kwalesi sikhathi na?
Isikhathi ngangenaso Nkosi enkantolo.
I did not have a watch. If I had a watch, I would be able to give a better version.
Then let's proceed now to the stage where you're at Puking.
Asiqhubeke ke siye lapho kade usephukeni.
Yebo Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes, my lord.
Then it was a stage where Mokhane went in to speak to some police officials.
Ula ube kade uthe umkhani uye wangena wakhuluma namanye amaphoyisa.
Yebo Nkosi enkantolo ungenile ngaphakathi ubaba uMhane waphinde ke waphuma de khona namaphoyisa waphuma weza la kuba ugenda babemkhona phandle.
Yes, my lord. Mr. Mokhane went in and spoke to certain police officers, and then he came back and spoke to Mr. Gininda as we were outside.
Emva ngalokho Nkosi enkantolo kwangeniwe emotweni.
And after that, they went into the vehicles.
Ngayibona imoto zihamba ngoba ngangatshenwanga ukuthi kiwe endlini but ngayibona imoto isijika isingena phakathi elokushini mayihamba iphuma endleleni lebheka kunenye indawo ethiwa iLuka.
And the vehicles drove off. I was not told that we were going to my place of residence, but I saw the motor vehicle going into the township, and there is a place called Luka.
Yangena Nkosi enkantolo ngendlela lestrada esesibheka endlini yami phevile lebheka estrada bohamba khona ama taxi ngasendlini yami.
And the motor vehicle went into the street which was going towards my place of residence.
Kodwa mina angifikanga ngasendlini ngoba imoto bayimisa la kunestrada esehlaya esibheke ezathi bohamba esporo kunesiporo bohamba khona itrain letha ethatha istofu semayini.
However, my lord, I did not get to the house. There is a certain street which goes towards the railway lane, and then the motor vehicles were stopped there.
Masifika lapho Nkosi enkantolo behla ke bahamba ngangibabuka mabehamba ngangibabona phela lapha kunama light lamade ngangibabuma behamba bebheka le ngapha engihlala ngakhona.
And when we got there, my lord, I saw them walking as there are Apollo lights.
Ukuthi inenzeka ke Jaldini angazi Nkosi enkantolo.
I do not know what happened in the yard, my lord.
Ngoba wabuya umkhani mina sebebuya sengitshena ukuthi hayi sithola nakhe endlini yakhe akaze ngubone ngamehlo ngoplastic omnyama ena khona ethi imithi sithola nakhe endlini yami akaze ngikubone lonto lena manje.
And he then came back, Mukhani, having a black plastic in his hand, and he shook it, my lord, saying to me, "This is what we have found in your house." And I did not see what was in that black plastic.
Makeqedela lapho Nkosi enkantolo kwaphinde kwangeniwe emotweni kwabuyela emuva police station.
And after that, my lord, they went into the vehicles and went back to the police station.
Sergeant Mokhane and Sergeant Mukula testified before this court that when they went inside your house, you were present as well.
Usergeant Mukhani no Sergeant Mukhula bathe bona uma bephana ngobufakazi la bathe uma beya endlini kwakho bokhona nawo.
Nkosi enkantolo ngamanga la Nkosi enkantolo.
Those are blatant lies, my lord.
They indicated that they went inside your house and then they started to search and then they found ammunition.
Bathi bona bangenile endlini uma bephuthuza lapha endlini bathola inhlamvu.
Ngamanga Nkosi enkantolo lona iqiniso le.
That is incorrect, my lord.
And as a result, you are arrested now for the possession of unlicensed ammunition.
Bese ke wena kulaye ukuthi uye waboshwa uboshelwa ukuthi wawukade uneinhlamvu ezingekho emthethweni.
Ngoba kwakusho bona Nkosi enkantolo kwangasho mina kodwa inhlamvu mina ngiyibonanga namhlanje lokho.
As they were saying, my lord, it was not said by myself, and those ammunition, I did not see them to date.
And Brigadier Gininda also testified before this court that on the night in question he was there, however, he did not go inside the premises.
Ubrigadier Gininda naye uthe ngalolo suku wayekade ekhona kodwa akazange angene endlini.
Angimazi endlini Nkosi enkantolo kwangena angithi ngishiye emotweni uhambile yena nalaba hamba nabo umabhena noSergeant Mkhula noMkhane nalo baba ama-class band ukuthi endlini bangena labangena ngamina ngazi.
I do not know, my lord, who went into the house as they had left me in the motor vehicle and they went with the gentleman that was wearing braces.
And then he testified further that the suspect went in with the members inside this premises.
Uthi ke yena uye washo ukuthi umsolwa uhambe nabo endlini.
Amanga Nkosi enkantolo.
That's a lie, my lord.
And now you are arrested. You are taken back to that police station. Can you tell the court what happened when you arrived at Phokeng police station?
Manje ke soboshiwe ke wabuyiselwa khona epolice station yasePhokeng ake usichazisele ukuthi kuye kwayenzakalani.
Osenkantolo masifika e-police station bengihlele emotweni behlile yena usayitshena umhani mangisheke nomabhela kathi wangena ngaphakathi nosayitshena umhula ngaphakathi lapha ngoba une glass ngangibabwa ngingaphandle imoto yayibuka iglass bengaphakathi ngalo ukuthini babeyibhala ngazi kosenkantolo.
My lord, we went back to the police station, and when we arrived, then Sergeant Mukhula and Sergeant Mukhani went out of the vehicles and they proceeded into the police station. There is a glass there and I saw them. I do not know what were they writing.
Mayebuya lapho nkosenkantolo ubuye sekunika nalo iphepha namanje lele ngiliphethe ngithi lona phepha enganikwa lona lokho ngaboshwa leli wathi nama ngisayine kuleli phepha le.
And when he came back, he then presented me with this document, which I still have, and that is the document that I'm maintaining that I was given, and I still have it to date, and I was instructed to sign that document.
Wangitshela ukuthi ke uyangicharge uthola inhlamvu zesibhamu endlini yami ngalokho ngimbuza ukuthi ziphi lezo nhlamvu lezo mina ungikhombisa zona amandla kaze ngiyibone nkosenkantolo.
And he told me that I am being charged for possession of unlicensed firearm and unlicensed ammunition, my lord, and I asked him where were those ammunition, as I have never seen them even to date.
Okay, let's pause there. When they went to your premises, did they tell you what were they looking for?
Manje uma beya laphaya kuwe endlini baye bakutshela ukuthi bebafuna.
Akazange bangitshela nkosenkantolo.
No, they did not tell me, my lord.
They did not mention that they were looking for a hoodie?
Abazange bakutshela ukuthi bebakade befuna hoodie.
Lokho nkosenkantolo ngokuqala emakhuluma la.
I only heard that as it was testified in court.
Okay, proceed now. That document was given to you.
Qhubeka ke bakunika leyo ncwadi.
Maye nginika le ncwadi umabhena wayithatha wayibuka.
And when he gave me this document, Mabena took it and looked at it.
Wasengitshela ukuthi leli phepha leli uma ngayanga enkantolo ngomsombuluko kuzoba kuchaza ukuthi ishithi anginacala ngathi mina ngathi liphi leli linye ngicharge ngalo ngoJune 16 ngoba phela nalo songichargile angiyile enkantolo.
And then he informed me that if I do not appear in court by Monday, then it would mean I was found not guilty. And then I asked him, where is the initial document which I was charged on the 16th of June?
Namhlanje nkosenkantolo akaze ngithola impendulo.
And to date, I did not get a response.
Was that interaction you had with Mabena ever put to either Sergeant Mukhula or Sergeant Mukhani?
Manje lenkulumo le ewube nayo noMabena uye watshelwa na uSergeant Mukhula noma uSergeant Mukhani ngalesikhathi bela enkantolo.
That's an unfair question. Why will it be told to third parties? Because Mabena, who had the interaction with the witness, is deceased. So why will that version be put to Mukhula and Mabena? Do you know if they were not privy to that conversation? As the court pleases now.
Mrs. Bande. But we can't bring Mabena to court to testify. That is the only way to test such a version by people that were there on the date in question. But I'll move along, my lord. Yes. Did he explain the contents of that document to you?
Uye wachazisela ukuthi leyo ncwadi le bakunike yona ithini.
Angithi nkosenkantolo umuntu mayephethe incwadi so ethi uma kuphela angisazi ukuthi makuphela isikhathi esingakanani ungayile enkantolo kwa computer unacala kusho yena utshena mina angithi incwadi iphethwe ngoni ngesilungu angisazi nkosenkantolo.
As he was in possession of that document, he had told me, I just could not remember, I just cannot remember how long did he specify that if I do not appear before a magistrate, then it would mean I am not guilty, as he had the document and it was written in English and I do not know English, my lord.
So before you placed your signature on that document, you did well by informing me that you do not understand English.
Uthi wenze kahle ngokumcacisela ukuthi awusazi isingesi.
Were you forced to sign that document?
Ngaphambi kokuthi usayine leyo ncwadi le ewuyiphethe baye bakuphoqelela ukuthi uyisayine na?
Nkosi enkantolo akangiphoqanga ngithi uthi uyangicharge ungichanjele inhlamvu zesibhamu ngizothini mina ngithi uthi uyithole endlini ngimbuthe endlini ungene nobani ukhiye uthathe.
My Lord, I was not forced. He just informed me that I am being charged for possession of ammunition, and that ammunition was found in my house. And I asked him, how did he gain entry into my house, and who did he go into my house with?
Ngoba yena utshena mina ngimbuze yena utshena mina
Because he was telling me, I was not asking him,
ukuthi ngiyacharge ngichargele inhlamvu zesibhamu.
telling me that I'm being charged for possession of ammunition.
So my point is, there was no pressure on your side to sign that document which you do not know the contents.
Uthi ke umshushisi indaba yakhe nayila kwakade kungenayo ingcindezi eyokuthi wena usayine incwadi ongayazi.
Wayengitshena Nkosi enkantolo ngangizothini mina Nkosi enkantolo.
I was being told, my Lord, what was I supposed to say?
And there were no threats at that stage.
Futhi bekungenako ukukuthusela.
Nkosi enkantolo mangizothi sayina la ngithola iteso endlini yakho ngizothini mina kahle kahle.
My Lord, when a document is presented to me and I am instructed to sign that there are things that were found in my house, what was I supposed to say?
Ngiyethemba laphambi Nkosi enkantolo azange ngithi umhano ngisabisile.
I believe even here in court, I never said Mohani threatened me.
It's fine, let's proceed.
Uthi kulungile asiqhubeke.
Do you remember when I was asking you questions regarding what happened there at that place near the dumping area?
Usakhumbula ngalesikhathi umshushisi ekubuza imibuzo ukuthi kwenzakeleni ngakule ndawo la kulahlwa khona izinto.
Zimbili indawo esikhuluma ngazo nganoma yipi yokuqala ngicacisa phambi Nkosi enkantolo.
There are two areas that we are referring to. Can you please explain to
With
me which one?
ATMs.
Uthi le nama ATM.
Yebo Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes, my Lord.
And then when you were made to sign documents that you did not know,
Ngalesikhathi beze bebethi usayina amaphepha ongawazi.
Ngangeke vele Nkosi enkantolo ngasayina amaphepha engawazi mina.
Yes, my Lord, I was not going to sign documents which I did not know.
I wanted to bring that under attention. Let's proceed now. Now, Mabena gives you that document, and then you sign for it. What happened next?
Bese ke uMabhena uyakunika leyo ncwadi leyo wayisayina kwayenzakalani ngemva kwalokho.
Nkosi enkantolo ngiyethemba la phambi kwakho Nkosi enkantolo ngithe umhani wathi indoda sayina la ngithole inhlamvu zesibhamu endlini yakho angithi usho njalo.
My Lord, I believe I have just said Mohani informed me that I should sign as they got ammunition in my house. That's what he said.
So leli phepha lela khuluma ngalo umshushisi angilisayina ngoba akangitshelanga ukuthi yini le.
So that document which the state is informing me about, I did not sign because I was not told what was there.
Ngoba ngize ngasayina ngenkani ukuze ngibeke isignature yami.
Because I ended up signing it forcefully.
Which document now that you signed?
Ukhuluma ngayiphi incwadi ke
Angithi
manje?
ubenza umzekelo ngendaba yase Nkosi enkantolo benza umzekelo ngendaba yase Orlando ngithi.
My Lord, the state was making an example with regards to the place in Orlando.
Yes. So which document were you forced to sign?
Eyiphi incwadi ebakuphoqe ukuthi uyisayine?
Sikhuluma ngencwadi yase Orlando la ngafoster khona.
The document in Orlando where I was forced to sign.
Okay. Were you ever taken to the police cells at Puking?
Uye wayisiwa na emaselini ePhukeng?
Akaze ngene emaseleni Nkosi enkantolo.
No, I was never placed in the cells in Phukeng.
There's an exhibit PP before this honorable court, which is the occurrence book Exhibit PP1 and cell register Exhibit PP2 of Phokeng Police Station dated 19 June 2020.
Kunobufakazi oyikuthi incwadi ebekade ibhalwe esiphoyiseni eyikuthi yona ibhalwe esiphoyiseni sasePhokeng ubufakazi buka PP1.
Yebo.
Yes.
And it says at 0040 at Saturday 20 June 2020, suspect detained, Detective Sergeant Mokhane of National Cold Case Investigation, detained cell 294 of 0620 Bongani Sandiso Ntanzi on Phokeng case 118 of 620, possession of live ammunition, notice of rights as per 14A number S094724, read and explained to the accused and understood and detained with no injuries, correctly detained by Sergeant Mokhane.
Incwadi leyo ithi nge-20 zika June 2020 wena uye wafakwa emaseleni wasePhokeng ulethwe uSergeant Mokhane ebekade ethwese icala leinhlamvu ezingekho emthethweni, wena ufakwe khona lapho kulawo maseli wawukade ungalimelanga futhi ufakwe ukuyisimo esilungile. Baye baqhazisela amalungelo wakho, wena wathi uyawazwisisa futhi waphinda wawasayinela na.
Kosenkantolo namanje ngisaphinda akaze ngene emaseleni eRustenburg kimi.
My Lord, I still repeat, I was never placed in the cells in Rustenburg.
Kosenkantolo masingena lapha nephepha leli anginika lona ngilisayinele ngihleli la wavula umnyango emotweni uma bhene ehlele ngaphambili ngasayina azange ngene emaseleni namanje ngiyaphinda lokho phambi kosenkantolo.
My Lord, I still repeat that even when we got there, this particular document that I have in my possession, I signed for that document whilst I was inside the motor vehicle and the door was open for me to sign, and Mabena was also seated in that motor vehicle. I never went into the cells.
And then the cell register, serial number 294 Bongani Sandiso Ntanzi, confirming that you were indeed detained in those particular cells.
Kuthiwa ke iregister yalapha emaseleni yangalelo langa yayikade ibhalwe 294 ethi uBongani uSindiso Ntanzi wayekade ekulawo masele waseRustenburg.
Ngamanga la nkosenkantolo.
That's a lie, my Lord.
Ngoba nkosenkantolo manje ngiyasho lapha ePhokeng ngiyayazi ngicertify khona mhlawumbe ngiyokwenza njenge ID copy certify khona na police station certify kuyo.
Because I know Phokeng Police Station, my Lord, that is where I normally go and certify documents whenever I need to certify my ID copies.
Mawungaphandle kosenkantolo uyambona umuntu ongaphakathi iclass lapho uyambona umuntu ongaphakathi mawungaphandle.
When you are outside, you are able to see a person who is inside as there is a glass.
Usayitshena umkhana usayitshena umkhula babebeka amabhuku la behlele etulweni bebhala bona ngibabuka into abayibhala ukuthi babebhala ukuthina ngazi akaze ngene emaseleni kosenkantolo.
Sergeant Mokhane and Sergeant Mukhola were seated there. They also had books and they were writing themselves. I was never placed in any cell in Phokeng.
And then according to the cell register, you were later transferred to Primrose Subs for detention, Exhibit QQ.
Ukuya ngayo le register yasemaseleni asePhokeng ithi yona uye wathathwa ke wayisiwa esiphoyiseni sasePrimrose.
Kosenkantolo ngilethiwe khona lapha eGola ngazi ukuthi wakuyiphi police station kodwa ukuthi mina ngangena emaseleni eRustenburg hayi ngamanga hlaza nkosenkantolo.
My Lord, I was indeed brought to a police station in Johannesburg. However, I do not know the name of that police station. The fact that I was placed in cells in Rustenburg, those are blatant lies, my Lord.
Okay. Before that, at 0045 on the 20th of June, now on Exhibit PP1 again, prisoner transferred to Primrose Subs, Detective Sergeant Mokhane took cell 294 of 620 Bongani Sandiso Ntanzi as per Phokeng case 118 of 6/2020, possession of live ammunition with no visible injuries, correctly received by Sergeant Mokhane.
Kuthiwa ke isikhathi uma bekusele imizuzu eyishumi nanhlanu ngaphambi kwehora lokuqala ntathakusa ngazo i-20 zika June uSergeant Mukhani uye wakuthatha kwakade ikhasi number kwe-1186 yaka 2020 wakuthatha laphayana emaselini wasephukeni ekuyisa Primrose wena wawukade ungalimalanga.
Kosenkantolo ngithi into yayibhalwa nguwe ukube mhlambe khona umuntu oweza kimi wazongibuza mina ngangizomtshela mina ukuthi ngishaye.
My Lord, that is what was written by him. If there was someone that came to me and asked me, I was going to inform that person that I was assaulted.
Manje akekho umuntu owangibuza mina iphoyisa la khona ema police station lazongibona ngoba yonke into amtshose ngikhulume kaningi lapha phambi kwasenkantolo ukuthi alikho iphoyisa mina elake langivulela la ngisemaseleni engithola la kuloso police station ngisuke ngeniswa kwe nguye umhani ongivulela ngiye phakathi.
And my Lord, there is not even a single police officer from all the cells which I was placed in that came and opened for me. It was always Mukhani who was placing me inside the cells.
What is important from this piece of evidence is that there were no injuries that were noted in this particular entry.
Into ebalekile kuzo zonke izinto ezilibele zikhulunywa la manje ukuthi akuzange kubhalwe ukuthi wawukade ulimele.
Kosenkantolo into engithandayo ukuthi mina kaze ngibuze kube mhlambe ngabuza namanje ngabe kubhaliwe mhlambe kube wayithana ngoba kwakubhala yena akaze ngibuze mina.
My Lord, what I like is that I was never asked, and if I would have been asked, then I was going to explain, but none of them asked me.
If you were asked to state your injuries, which injuries are you going to state?
Kube uye wabuzwa wawukade uzobatshela ngakuphi ukulimala.
Ngizobakutshela Nkosenkantolo ngokufaka uplastic ekhanda nalokudlwa ama handcuff izandla ziyavuvukala Nkosenkantolo mawufaka ama handcuff mawulokhu ushaya ama handcuff dryer lapha ezandleni.
I was going to mention the part that I was choked with a plastic and also show them my wrists that they were swollen, as when handcuffs are placed on the wrist and they are moved from one place to another, they get the wrists get swollen, my Lord.
Now let us proceed now. Primrose subs around 4:30. Prisoner received, warrant officer Mukwena received 1 unit as per Bongani Ntanzi SAP 14-136 of 6/2020 on Pukengi case 118 of 6/2020 SAP 14A as 09472484 from Sergeant Mukhani from National Investigations Pretoria, and then his number is also put there and then he signed.
Manje ke kwabhalwa ke uma kufikwa ePrimrose ukuthi isikhathi kwakade kuyimizuzu ema-30 ngaphambi kwehora lesihlanu ekuseni la ukuthi iphoyisa warrant officer uMukwena uyena owafikela kuye wena ulethwa uSergeant Mukhani naye wabhala ukuthi bokade ungalimalanga uma ufika esiphoyiseni sasePrimrose.
Kosenkantolo ngicela ukuphinda ngicacise lethu ngoba khona lapha angathi azizwana konke. Kosenkantolo mina mangifika mhlawumbe ngongenisiwe ePolice station bengehliswa ngihambe nomhani straight bengifika ngihlala emotweni noMabhena uMr Mhani angene ngaphakathi.
My Lord, may I please explain, because it seems like we are not getting each other here. Whenever I would arrive at a police station, I would remain in the motor vehicle and Mukhani would then go into the police station.
Ukuthi ngaphakathi wenzani angemazi uyobeka mesebiza uMabhena ethi akangivulele ngivulelwe ngimlandele ngemuva ayekuvula lesele ngiyakuya ngene phakathi ukuthi ngangihamba nephoyisa lisebenza khona la azange ngaqondana nalonto lenkosi enkantolo.
And my Lord, I do not know what was he doing or saying in that police station, and then he would later come back and instruct Mabhena to take me out of the vehicle, and I would follow them as they are taking me to those cells, and he is the one, Mukhani, who was opening those cells. There is not even a single time when a police officer from that particular police station that came to me or even opened a cell for me.
So you're saying the same pattern that happened in Pretoria North also happened at Primrose?
Uthi into eyenzakele ePretoria North iqhubeke iyayenzeka nase Primrose.
Kusenkantolo ngithi onke ama-police station oba nakhona lapha eVerrier engize ngaphumela khona nge-1 ekaMashi ngiqala ukuyongena ejele eRustenburg 2021 azange avulelwa iphoyisa nkosenkantolo mina
My lord.
esebenza khona.
I am mentioning all these police stations, even in Valeria, the one which I had to move on the 1st of March, all this pattern was followed. There is not even a single time when when a cell was opened for me by a police officer that
Sa-
works in that police.
Sunday 2020-06-21, entry was made, suspect charged Sergeant Mokhale, it says Sergeant Mokhale, from National Cold Cases Investigation, charged one black male suspect Bongani Ntanzi for court. Contact his contact number as per SAPS 14 136 06 2020, Pokeng Case 118 of 6 2020.
Kuye kwabhalwa futhi na ukuthi nge-21 zika June 2020 uye wayisiwa khona police station ubokade uyiselwa leliyaqala lasephukeni case number 118 yaka June 2020.
Angisacela ungiphindela.
Kuthiwa uye wayisiwa kwenye police station nge-21 zika June 2020 ubokade uyiselwa leliyaqala lasephukeni lokuba nezinhlabu ezingekho emthethweni.
No, it's still the same police station.
Kusaseyiyo leyo police station Primrose are you referring?
Yes.
Uthi kusaseyiyo leyo police station yase Primrose ubekade ulapho nange-21 zika June.
Yebo ngiyeza nkosenkantolo bayifundwa lapho mina ngeke ngiphawula ngento ebhalwe la.
Yes, my lord, I hear as that is what is being read. For me, I would not be able to comment on what is read.
And then that was in 2250, and then an hourly cell visit was conducted by Sergeant Kaba and Constable Makutu. Units in the 10 units in custody, no complaints.
Futhi isikhathi ke bekuyimizuzu eyishumi ngaphambi kwehora leshumi nanye ebusuku la ukuthi ufakwe lapho kulelo cell futhi bebalibele beza bezokuvakashela bezokuhlola amaphoyisa kwakade kuno Sergeant Kaba no Sergeant Makutu la ukuthi bebakade belibele beza bezokuhlola kulelo cell ihora nehora.
Nkosenkantolo ngamanga lawo lento yokuhlolwa emaseleni ngithe mina ngiqale ejele namanje ngiyaphinda eRamshana lapha eHosi Mapolo njengoba nayo izolo ngilalile nje ubelokho evulile umuntu ekucheck ukuthi uright unesikhala ngithi cha.
My lord, that point of hourly visits, it's a lie. As I have stated that I firstly started seeing that in prison when I went to a prison in Northwest and even in Kosimampuru. Even yesterday, my lord, I was checked. The door was opened and I was asked if I had any complaints and I said no. Then that's when they closed.
Azange ngaqondana nalo nto nkosenkantolo police station.
At the police station, there was never such, my lord.
In all the police stations that you were kept at.
Kuwo wonke ama-police station labo kade uhleli kuwo.
Ngikhuluma ngama police station ayi4 engihlale kuwo mina.
I'm referring to 4 police stations which I was kept at.
So all these entries regarding no injuries, no complaints cannot be true.
Shukuthi konke la kubhalwe ukuthi wawukade ungena sikhalazo wawukade ungalimalanga akusiqiniso.
Akulona nkosenkantolo ngoba zange ngibuziwe mina nkosenkantolo.
It is not true, my lord, as I was not asked.
Futhi nokubhala kwayo akaze ngiyibone ibhala phambi la kuthiwa ngimile ngiyayibuka iyabhala.
And even when that particular document was written, it was never written in front of me. I was never there when it was completed.
What is worrisome, for instance, in Primrose, there were 10 units inside that cell, and then there was noted no complaints.
Uthi into eyikuthi iyenza ukuthi umuntu akwa acabange futhi lo muntu loyo abe nento angazibuza yona ukuthi akuzange kubhalwe ukuthi kwakade unesikhalazo nakhona ePrimrose.
Nkosenkantolo ingoba akekho umuntu oweza kimi wazongibuza.
My lord, it's because there is no one that came to me to ask.
Namanje nkosenkantolo ngoba lo wasejele bengibuza izolo ukuthi ngiright nangathi ngiright kube ngithe kuye ngiyagula. Ngizoqala esibhedlela qala bese ngifika ngisho nje ngiqala esibhedlela ngoba ngiyagula.
And even now, my lord, as the prison official came and asked me yesterday that I was fine, if I had a complaint and told him perhaps that I'm sick, I was going to firstly be transferred to the hospital, and then when I come to court, I would be able to explain that I started at the hospital first.
So I am saying that entry was not only directed to you only, it was directed to 10 other units inside that particular cell.
Uthi akusukuthi lokho kwakade kubhalelwe wena wedwa. Kunamanye ama-unit ayikuthi wayekade ebhaliwe amanye ayishume khona laphayana e-police station.
Mina ngiyibonanga Nkosi enkantolo ngeke ngiphawula ngento engayibonanga Nkosi enkantolo ukuthi ibhalwe kuyiphi indawo ibhalwe kuyiphi office ngeke ngiphawula ngento engayibonanga Nkosi enkantolo.
I did not see that, my lord. I would not be able to comment on what I did not see.
And these entries were made by independent police officers, independent from the investigations, by putting their names there.
Futhi leyo mibhalo iyenzwe amaphoyisa azimele, amaphoyisa angaphenyi kuleli cala.
As the practices, my lord, that's an inaccurate mischaracterization of evidence.
It's what?
Mischaracterization of evidence, because according to his testimony in Rustenburg, as he read my learned colleague, those entries were made by Mohani, and he is related, is involved in this investigation.
Please, Mr. Sipili, this prosecutor is referring to Primrose. Is that not so, sir?
I'm referring to Primrose. Even on the question of
Rustenburg, maybe whatever happened.
Pukeng, it is not Mohani who made those
Hello?
entries.
As the court persists.
Yeah.
Uthi ke umshushisi ukhuluma ngePrimrose. Ukuthi kubhale amaphoyisa ahlukile, amaphoyisa angaphenyi kule cala. Yibona bekade bebhala ukuthi ulethiwe awulimalanga futhi awunazo ikhalazo.
Nkosi enkantolo nakaze ngiwabone lawo maphoyisa.
My lord, I never saw those police officers.
Futhi alikho iphoyisa leza kimi lazothi lizongibuza ukuthi nginesikhalo na alikho Nkosi enkantolo.
And there is no police officer that came to me asking me if I had any complaints.
On the objection of your counsel, say, even at Pukeng, the person who made that entry is not Sergeant Mohani. He only signed where he's supposed to sign.
Uthi futhi nanjengoba ummeli wakho ephakama uthi nasephukeni akusiyo uSergeant Mohani obhale yonke leyanto ukuthi wena ulethiwe ungalimalanga ulethiwe ungenazo ikhalazo. uSergeant Mohani yena usayinile kuphela kusho ukuthi kubhale iphoyisa elasephukeni.
I'd be fair to the witness. Which policeman in Pukeng annotated that so that it's a complete report, as you allege?
My lord, we will check with the original occurrence book. I'll get back to that point. The extra that I have does not say who is that particular police officer.
Okay.
Thanks.
Uthi uzobhekela ukuthi eliphi iphoyisa elibhale le ephukeni bese uyabuya akutshele kodwa usazobheka.
Yeah. Now, let's go to the events of the 22nd of June 2020.
Asiyeke kwizinto ezenzakele nge-22 zika June 2020.
Do you have the copy of the charge sheet there?
Charge sheet.
Exhibit RR.
No. No.
On this aspect, my first question is, were you booked out from Primrose Subs to Pukeni Magistrate Court on the 22nd day of June 2020?
Umshushisi ufuna ukwazi ukuthi uye wakhishwa na esiphoyiseni sase Primrose uyisiwa enkantolo yasePhukeni.
Ngethemba Nkosi enkantolo ngikhulumile nalapho ukuthi sahamba saya khona mala ngitshenanga ukuthi ngangiyakho. Masifika lapha kwakuvalwe ngedanger tape la abade begcwele ngaphandle. Masifika khona umkhano wangena ngaphakathi ephethe ifayela lela ngathi le brown le wangena ngaphakathi.
I believe, my Lord, I have already testified that I was booked out, and we then went to that court, and I was not told where were we going to. And when we arrived, the place was cordoned off, and there were people that were picketing, and Mukhani then went in, having in his possession a brown file.
Wabuya lapho wakhuluma nomabhena wangitshela ukuthi lapha icourt lena kuthiwa kune corona la ngene wangaphakathi.
And when he came back, he spoke to Mabena, and Mabena then informed me that there was COVID in that place. It is a court, and people are not allowed to enter.
Thank you. Just before we get there was an entry made on the 22nd, 7:15 in the morning, escort duties, Detective Sergeant Mukhane from National Cold Cases escorted 1 unit as per SAP 14-136-06-2020 Bongani Ntanzi, case 118 of 6-2020. He was taken to Hlabane Magistrate Court.
Uthike buye kwabhalwa futhi ukuthi ngalo lelo langa i-22 zika June isikhathi kwakade kuyimizuzu eyishumi nanhlanu ngemva kwehora lesikhombisa ekuseni la ukuthi uye wayisiwa wena enkantolo yaseTlhabani.
So when you arrive at that particular place where it was cordoned off, and then you were told that there's outbreak of corona, what happened there?
Ithe manifika ke kuleyo ndawo la ukuthi uye watsho ukuthi yayikade ifakwe i-tape kwathiwa ukuthi kwakade kunalo bhubhane we-COVID-19 kuye kwenzakalani khona lapho.
Nkosi enkantolo masifika khona akaze ngiphume emontweni mina ngoba onke ngisho ama truck la ayegcwele ibosho ngoba ngangibuka ayepake ngaphandla sikho i-truck umuntu owangena lapha kwangena kuphela iphoyisa.
My Lord, when we arrived there, I was not taken out of the motor vehicle, as even when I peeped through the window, even all the other trucks that had prisoners, there is no prisoner who was taken into court. It's only the police officer that went in.
Usayitshela umkhane wabuya nomuntu ayehamba naye wathi lo muntu ayanguye lona nawe ehlisiwe into mabhena wathi ayanguye lo waphinda babela ngaphakathi ukuthi kwakwenziwani mina ngazi Nkosi enkantolo.
Sergeant Mukhani then came back with a particular person. Then a window was opened, and it was asked that is this the particular person, and that person confirmed. I do not know what were they talking about.
Was that particular person a male or a female person?
Lo muntu lo obuye ehamba noMukhani kwakade kuyindoda noma kwakade kumuntu wesifazane.
Ngigcina ngimazi Nkosi enkantolo emveni esikhathi kokuqhubeka kwecala ukuthi umshushisi la.
I later knew the person, my Lord, as a prosecutor.
And then let us go to the appearances of the 22nd day of June 2020.
Asiyeke la ukuthi ni navela nge-22 sika June 2020 wavela enkantolo.
Yeah, Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes, my Lord.
According to this document on page 1, this where accused number 1, okay, the accused elected legal aid in this particular proceedings.
Uthike ukuya ngayo le phepha kubhalwe ukuthi umsolwa uye wacela ukuthi amelwe abameli be legal aid laba bangakhokhela.
Nkosi enkantolo akaze ngiphume emontweni mina futhi nalo mmele ngeke ngimkhomba ukuthi nangu ummele nga-appeara naye phambi kwenkosi enkantolo.
My Lord, I was never taken out of the vehicle, and I would not even be able to point at that particular legal aid representative that the court is talking about.
And then the matter was adjourned, you were kept in custody, no bail. the magistrate
Icala.
also signed.
icala liye lahlethiselwa emuva futhi wena bokade usasengaphakathi esitokisini unganikangwa ibail.
kangena vele Nkosi enkantolo ibail ngaleso sikhathi leso
Yes, my lord, I did not have
futhi
bail.
akaze ngizokhulunywa nangayo nje
I did not have bail at that time, and I never
ngoba
had.
ngoba ngena ngana nongena ngaphakathi angehlalele emontweni
I never had anything being mentioned with regards to bail, as I also did not go inside court. I was seated in the motor vehicle.
And then we'll come back to this. After this particular appearance, what happened?
Ngemva kwalokho ke kuye kwenzakalani njengoba uthi awuvelanga umshushisi yena athi uvelile enkantolo kwenzakeleni?
Nkosi enkantolo khona lapha engilahleka khona kancane mayezothi angivelanga enkantolo angithi mina enkantolo angenanga ngaphakathi endawo ukuthi wawune corona
My lord, there is somewhere where I'm getting confused, as the state says I did not appear in court, as I did not go inside since there was COVID-19.
I said, what happened after this particular court appearance?
Uthi umshushisi kwenzakeleni ke ngemva kokuthi usewubuya khona kwamantshi?
Nkosi enkantolo mayisuke umkhane ephuma ngaphakathi la ungenile emontweni
After Mr. Mkhane has went in, he came back and went into the motor vehicle.
wajikisa imoto yabheka lapha esiqhama ngakhona wehla futhi wakhuluma noJonathan ngoba esikhotha ngoJonathan ngalolo langa lelo Nkosi enkantolo
He made a U-turn and the vehicle faced from where we were coming from, and he spoke to Jonathan as I was being escorted by Jonathan at that point.
wakhuluma nabo
He spoke to them.
ngayibona imoto mayisuka zangena indlela le ebheka kuphi ebheka ngathi ibheka le ngasephukenge le ndlela le ehamba toti izophumela eLuka
And then the motor vehicles drove off towards Puking until they got to Luka.
ngayibona singena kwenye indawo ke yayakhiwa hle egcwele abantu zangena imoto phakathi and zaye zafeza paka ngemuva ngale kuma parking
And the motor vehicle then went into a certain place where there were people, and it was a well-built place, and then the motor vehicles parked there.
masifika kuma parking ke wasehla futhi ke wahamba wangena ngaphakathi ngangazi ukuthi uyakuphi maphela mina ngangazi ukuthi kiwa bayikho into engitshena yona ukuthi ndoda manje sifuna indaba so futhi azange angibuze njengomuntu owazi Rustenburg ezinye indawo ukuthi sikuphi kukuphi la akaze angibuze nithi
And when we got there, Mkhane went out and went in that place, as I was not told or asked on where were we going. Since I was a person that was familiar with Rustenburg, I was not asked on where were we going to.
Okay, you earlier testified a few days ago that Mokhane was this person, when you looked at him, he seemed as if he was worried, and as a result, he kept on asking if you were okay. Do you remember that evidence?
Usakhumbula ukuthi wena uthe uMkhane wayekade ebukeka njengomuntu okhathazekile, ubekade elibele ekubuza ukuthi wena ulungile na?
ngethemba Nkosi enkantolo lapho ekade ngibuzelanga ngangishaya ngalokho engibuza ukuthi ngiright yini engibukala
I believe, my lord, he was asking as I was being assaulted that am I okay?
You further took it further, that even at the time you were driving, he would look you through the mirror and ask if you were okay, sir. Did you forget that?
Uthe
evidence?
futhi ubekade ngalesikhathi elibele shayela imoto wayekade enokubuka nangesibuko ekubuza ukuthi u-right na.
ngikushilo Nkosi enkantolo ngoba ngangade ngiqeda ukushawa ngalesikhathi etshela uMabhena ethi yekela ngidimana
Yes, my lord, I did mention that, and at that time it was after I was being assaulted, and that's when he told Mabena that leave this person, interpreted as Yegelani Dima.
So, on your way from Primrose to Tlhabane Court, did he ask if you were okay?
Manje uma nisuka ePrimrose niya enkantolo yaseTlhabane uye wakubuza ukuthi u-right na.
azange sikhulume nethi Nkosi enkantolo
We did not speak to each other.
And then now he gets to this place that you were describing. What is this place that you were trying to describe?
Manje senifika kule ndawo le ewichazayo yini le ndawo le ewichazayo manje?
ngithole sengingaphakathi kosenkantolo ukuthi isibhedlela
I just realized when I was there that it was a hospital, my lord.
And then what transpired inside that hospital?
Kwenzakeleni khona lapho esibhedlela?
masifika khona kosenkantolo umhana ungelela ngithi ngaphakathi wabuya wangibiza bangivulela ubuthelezi ngavula ngobuthelezi emuntweni kwahamba yena phambili bezo ubuthelezi umabhena naye eza ngemuva ngalandela umhana lapha kuthiwa ngiwe khona.
When we got there, my lord, Mukhani went in and later came back, and then Buthelezi opened the door for me, and they followed me as we were directed by Mukhani.
Did you reach your destination?
Ugcine senifikile la beniya khona?
Yebo singenile ngaphakathi.
Yes, we went inside, my lord.
What happened?
Bayenzakalani?
Ngafika ngama kosenkantolo
I waited there.
waseke engitshena usisi lo ngangithi ngangimuzwa kancane ngelanguage yezulu ethi mangilale la embedeni.
And a certain lady whom I heard her speaking Zulu, she instructed me to lie on that bed.
waseke eshova lento engathi ngumshini wase kufika komunye oyawubhutinyana nje wafika wasonta naye wakhanyisa akathi angikhamise ekhanyisa umlomo wami amazinyo la ngaphakathi.
And there is a certain machine which was brought towards me, and I was instructed to open up my mouth, which I did, and that machine was lit on my mouth.
maye qeda lapho kosenkantolo wathi mangisukuma ngasukuma futhi ngami.
Then later I was instructed to stand up, which I did.
baseke bekhuluma umhane noma nobaba ubuthelezi ngasethi ubuthelezi asambe solento emontweni.
And Mukhani and Buthelezi spoke, and then Buthelezi said to me, we should go and wait by the car.
ngihambile enkosenkantolo ngalinda ke emontweni waseke efika ke namaphepha athi naka amaphepha la ngisayinela kushena lo bhuti lo ngisayinela nalo sisi la ngisayinela lapha ukuthi ngivumile ukucheckiwa lento igolide lebethe amaphoyisa bangicheckela.
And then we went to the car, and then this lady and this particular gentleman came, and the gentleman said I should sign that I agreed that they could check for a gold tooth, which the police had said they should check for.
So, before we adjourn for the long adjournment, I want to be sure that this lady and a gentleman, are you now referring to Dr. Shokwe?
Manje uma ukhuluma nga lo sisi nendoda lo abazile ukhuluma ngodokotela uhlokwe lo bekala kulamavika dlule.
Kosenkantolo igama lakhe ngiqala ukulizwa lami nazange ngitshele ngisho igama lakhe.
My lord, I did not know his surname or his name. I only started hearing it when he was in court.
So it's the same gentleman that followed you into the vehicle to make you sign that document.
Uye lo oze kuwe emotweni wazothi usayine leya phepha leliya.
Ngingasho ngoba wayegqoke zona izimpahla lokhu ngimbona egqoke ngaphakathi kosenkantolo.
I can say it is the same person as he was still dressed the same way that he was dressed when I saw him inside.
I want to be sure again in the vehicle.
Ufuna ukuba nesiqiniseko lapha emotweni.
Kosenkantolo ngithi umuntu omeza kimi namaphepha ngithi kuye lo wayengichecka amazinyo weza kimi straight ehamba nalo sisi lo.
My lord, the person that came with documents, I am saying it was this particular gentleman who came with that lady, the same people that were checking me.
ukuthi kokuba negama lakhe angilazi manje kuye lo wayethi angikhamise elayida amazinyo ami efaka nento ngathi lokhuza echecka amazinyo.
But I am saying it is the same person who was shaking me, and there is a certain object that he was putting towards my teeth, checking me.
Other than checking your teeth, did he say anything to you? Did he ask you questions?
Ngaphandle kokuhlola amazinyo, uye wakhuluma into ethize na kuwe, uye wakubuza umbuzo othize.
Kosenkantolo imibuzo angibuza yona ngethemba ukuthi wangibuza ukuthi ubani umuntu engihlala naye ngamtshela ukuthi ngihlala nobani wathi amanamba akhe ngawabiza ngoba ngabe ngwazi ngekhanda ngalesa sikhathi.
My Lord, I believe the question that he asked me was who is staying with me, and I told him, and he asked for the telephone numbers of that particular person, which I also gave him.
So, was he noting something on a paper as he was asking you these questions?
Ngalesikhathi ebekade ekubuza leyo mibuzo, wayekade ebhala phansi.
Ngoba wayephethe into engathi iplanga ngapha le engathi nensimbinyana la. Yayikuye soma engibuza mina ngimtshela lokho ngimtshela khona amagama lo muntu athi ngikuthi ngihlala naye.
As he had a clipboard, my Lord, as he was asking me those questions, I think he was writing as he had that clipboard.
So, when he asked you about your partner, I want to be sure it was this male doctor that was here.
Uthi ufuna ukwazi, ufuna ukuba nesiqiniseko ukuthi ngalesikhathi ekubuza ngalo muntu obokade uhlala naye ozwana naye, kwakade kuyilo dokotela lo bekamela.
Kosenkantolo wayefaka imask ngithi langa manje ngimbona imask useyikhiphila ngithi manje.
My Lord, he was wearing a mask on that particular day, and when he was here in court, I saw him without a mask.
And mina ngambonela ngale one Kosenkantolo ngambona ngamalanga amaningi.
And I only saw him once. I did not see him again.
Before we go on lunch, remember you said there was a lady that you could understand speaking Sizulu?
Usakhumbula ukuthi uthe kunomuntu wesifazane lobe umuzwa ekhuluma isiZulu.
Angithi Nkosenkantolo bami la phambi kwami bobabili maye khuluma lo utshena mina.
My Lord, as they were standing before me, when this other one was speaking, the other one was speaking to me in Zulu.
My Lord, we have reached the time for the long adjournment. It's 1 o'clock. May we adjourn until 2 o'clock?
Okay, we adjourn until 2.
Asambeke siyodla, sizobuya ngemva kwalokho.
Mudipe
And Sergeant Ramaja.
Ramaja,
That's correct.
right? Those are the guys.
Those are
Okay.
Yes.
On which date was it, by the way? 20?
Starting from the 19th to
Sorry? Yeah.
from the 19th of June 2020 to the 20th, they were still on a shift.
You got it, Mr. Ramosepiti.
Indeed, so, my lord, it was shown to me.
And
I
the
do confirm that.
time for that particular entry is 0040.
0040.
And then when he was subsequently transferred to Primrose, it was 0045.
Okay, thanks.
There's a context.
Sakhumbula ngithi bekuthiwe kunamagama wabantu la bekade bebhala laba base Phukeni noma eThabane. Amaphoyisa kuthiwe uMulefe no Ramaja ibona bekade bebhala ukuthi wena ulethwe ungalimalanga umkhani yena wasayina kuphela.
Yebo Nkosi enkantolo ngezwe.
Yes my lord, I hear that.
Now I want to introduce Exhibit VV1.
Manje
What's there?
I gave them to Mr. Baloyi. Tufuna ukubonisa ubufakazi buka VV1.
PV.
VV, yes.
Okay.
A document that was introduced in this court by your defense counsel.
Incwadi eyakhishwa la enkantolo ikhishwa ummeli wakho.
Yebo Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes my lord.
And I believe the document that you were consulted on
Uthi uyathemba ukuthi incwadi ebekade ummeli wakho eze kuwe ekhuluma nawe ngayo.
Yebo
Yona.
Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes my lord.
a 4-page document
Incwadi ekuthi nama page awu4.
Yes. And it was completed by one Dr. Tlokwe from Thabane Dental Center.
Incwadi ekuthi iye yagcwaliswa udokotela uThlokwe waseThabani esibhedlela.
Yebo ngiyayibona Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes I see it my lord.
Are you able to recognize that document?
Uyayazi na lencwadi?
Ungibonisile ummeli wami ethi engibuza ngahamba ngayo check ebegoleti. Ndiyebo ngahamba Nkosi enkantolo kodwa hayi ukuthi into ayiphuma enhlizweni yami yibo bangihambisa khona.
My defense counsel did show me this document asking me whether did I go to a doctor to check, and I informed him that yes, I was taken there, but it was not voluntary.
And the doctor testified regarding this document where it says patient signature for correctness. Do you see that portion there?
Uthi udokotela uye washo wabhala nokubhaliwe lana ukuthi incwadi lena umuntu olethiwe esayina lapha.
Yebo Nkosi enkantolo yi-signature yami.
Yes my lord, and this is my signature.
And then on page 4 at the bottom, patient signature. Is that your signature?
My lord, we seem not to have
The
page
last
4.
page. This one.
Is it this one?
Yes, yes. There's a signature at the
Uthi lana
bottom.
wena futhi osayinile.
Yebo Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes my lord.
Are those the signatures that you signed when you were at the vehicle, when the doctor approached you outside, when you were inside the vehicle?
Ila usayine ngalesikhathi udokotela eza kuwe usemotweni.
Yebo Nkosi enkantolo ngoba wayengitshela ukuthi la usanele ukuthi izinyo ngucheckile.
Yes my lord. And he had told me that you are signing that I did check you for a gold tooth
Outside the premises.
engaphandle kwesibhedlela.
Nawuthi kwesibhedlela Nkosi enkantolo ngishoda phandle ngathi ngithe ngaphandle kwala engangeniswe khona indlu lengangeniswa kwangaphuma ngayo emoto. Kanti mawuphuma lapho ungena evrande nazi na iparking yemoto khona. Not ngaphandle, mangaphandle ngezulu angazi ngaphandle ingaphandle umgwaqo ohamba khona imoto ngezulu.
My lord, when you are saying outside in Zulu, it is
Ngaphandle.
understood that outside the whole building, even the yard. Therefore, I am saying it was outside the premises, the building where the vehicle was parked.
And then you will agree with me. That is new evidence.
uthi uzovumelana naye ukuthi lobu bufakazi obushoyo manje uthi ubufakazi obusha.
Kosenkantolo mangithi ngaphandle naphandle. Phandle ngaphandle kunomehluko lapho nkosenkantolo. Or yimi ngezwa ngathi mhlawumbe intolo kaMantolo methi ngaphandle.
My Lord, there is a difference between outside and outside the premises, or perhaps I'm the one who did not understand when it was interpreted to me.
Okay. The fact is, this signature was not done inside where the examination was done.
Uthi udouble khulu ukuthi usayine la ungekho phakathi kwala bekade bekuhlolela khona.
Yebo nkosenkantolo.
That is correct, my Lord.
So I am saying that which you are telling the court now, it is new and it was never put to Dr. Hlokwe.
Uthi lento ewuyishoyo manje yokuthi usayine ungekho laphaya labakuhlolele khona usemotweni ubufakazi obusha lobo. Ngalesikhathi udokotela ekhona akazange atshelwe ummeli wakho ukuthi dokotela uNtanzi umsayinise lamaphepha engekho la bokade umhlolela khona umsayinise engaphandle esemotweni.
Nkosenkantolo ngiyathemba ngoba ngemla phambi kwakho nkosenkantolo ukuthi ngizokhuluma mina into eyenzeka ukuthi ummeli wami akayikhulumanga ngummeli wami ozokhuluma nenkosenkantolo.
My Lord, I believe as I am standing before the court, I am here to testify on what happened. The fact that my defense did not mention it, I believe the defense will mention it when they are arguing.
See, we need to close that door now. I think we must finalize that answer.
Manje ifuna ukuthi kuvalwe lo mnyango uphendule bese kuyaqedwa ngale mpendulo le.
Nkosenkantolo
Okay.
njengoba sengishilo ukuthi leli phepha lelo ukuthi ngicheckwa amazinyo ngoba mangena phakathi angihlalanga nkosenkantolo esikhathi esithi wangena ukuthi angilala embhedeni usisi lo baletha umshini balayida lethe balayida bachecka ngasukuma ngaphuma ngahamba weza kimi nemontweni ngoba ngangilokho ngihlele emontweni ngakune corona ngithi ngangeke ngihlale lapha phakathi ngoba kwakuyisiphithiphithi.
My Lord, even being checked, I did not take long in that consultation room because I was instructed that I should lie on the bed, and I did, and then a machine was brought to me. They checked whatever they were checking. Then I went outside as it was during the COVID period, and I could not stay inside. And then they brought these documents to me.
I understand, but I'm saying that important fact, you've deprived us an opportunity to get a comment from Dr. Hlokwe regarding the signatures.
Uthi-ke uyazwisisa umshushisi le ndaba ewichazayo kodwa awubanikanga ithuba lokuthi babuze udokotela uHlokwe imibuzo ukuthi dokotela kungani uye wayosayinisa uNtanzi emotweni kunokuthi asayine la bekade ehlolelwa khona.
Ngiyacabanga nkosenkantolo senguphendule lo mbuzo mina nkosenkantolo.
I believe, my Lord, I have already answered that question.
And can you repeat your answer?
Ungayiphinda impendulo yakho?
Ngithi nkosenkantolo mina ngisayinele la kwakumkhona imoto apha ngangiphume khona kuyiparking yemonto ngoba awuphuma eminyango ujika so uhamba ngovrand nansi imoto khona la eduzana.
I have said that I signed these documents whilst I was inside the motor vehicle. Just when you leave the premises, then there is a veranda and you go into the parking, my Lord.
It's fine. We'll argue that point that you're refusing to answer this question.
Uthi kulungile leyo sebazoyixoxa njengabameli nomshushisi uma sebakhuluma nenkantolo.
You also told this court before lunch to say, what was the conversation with the doctor? He said he asked you about your names, the person that you're in a relationship with. Do you recall?
Uthi futhi uye wakhuluma ukuthi ukhulumeni nodokotela ngaphambi kokuthi siye kusidlo sasemini. Usakhumbula ezebe ekubuza udokotela ukuthi wena uhlala nobani, umuntu lo ozwana naye ubani?
Yebo ngiyakhumbula Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes, I do recall that, my lord.
And the doctor testified in this court that the person that completes this section of the form, it is the nurse that does the administration there. He only starts where he starts with the health questionnaire.
Uthi udokotela ke yena ngalesikhathela enkantolo uthe la phezulu umuntu obhala la phezulu yilaba abangale ngase reception abo nurse. Udokotela yena uqala la ithi health questionnaire, imibuzo yoma sesekubuzwa ngempilo yomuntu.
Nkosi enkantolo ngisacela ukuthi kuyicacisa kancane.
My lord, may I please explain something?
Ngiyethemba Nkosi enkantolo ngishilo ngathi ubhuti lo wayengichecka izinyo mina ayengichecka umlomo. Ufike sengilele embhedeni esethe usisa ngilala amaphepha ayephethe usisi lo.
I believe I have already stated that the gentleman who was checking me found me already lying on the bed as these documents they were in possession of that lady.
Ukuthi kulama phepha la kwakubhalwe igama lami kwakubhaleni mina into engiyiphendulile leyo ukuthi khatheni esengibuza usisi ukuthi uma kuyikuthi kunento abayitholayo wrong ubani umuntu abangamfonela ongaphandle ongakhona ukuthi baxhumane naye ngase ngibanika ama number la kalebohile phethanga.
And my lord, the only period when I had answered it was when the lady said to me, if they are to detect something wrong, who can they contact? A person who is outside. And then that's when I gave the contact numbers of Leboheng Petang.
And then further details. Patient report to have been admitted for a heart condition in 2014 following a mining accident.
Futhi lana kubhaliwe ukuthi umuntu lo bekade bemhlola abodokotela yena uthe uke walaliswa esibhedlela ngemva kokuthi wayekade enesifo senhliziyo ngo-2014 ngemva kokuthi uye waba engozini emsebenzini emayini.
Nkosi enkantolo ngiyaphinda futhi Nkosi enkantolo azange ngalala esibhedlela semayini azange ngashawa itshe emgodini mina so la 2009 until 2020 ngize ngiboshwa azange ngalimala emgodini Nkosi enkantolo.
My lord, I would like to repeat once more, I have never been admitted in hospital, especially at work. I have never been injured at work from
2009 until 2020
from 2009 until 2020 when I got arrested, my lord. I have never been admitted in hospital.
On Exhibit JJ, confession that was taken by Magistrate Vivian Kronje, she also made the same entry regarding this condition.
Kubufakazi buka JJ lo kuyagunyuluka okuthathwe umantshi uKronje naye ubhala yona lento efana nalencamashi yokuthi wena ubukade usesibhedlela ngemva kokuthi ube engozini yasemsebenzini.
Nkosi enkantolo angizange ngilimale emgodini.
My lord, I have never been injured.
Ukuthena wayekuthathaphi mhlambe bakhona abamtshelini hayi mina ngomlomo wami Nkosi enkantolo.
On where did that come from? Perhaps the person was told, but not by me.
Okay, let's proceed. So how is it possible that what is contained in Exhibit VV1 and Exhibit JJ, they sort of support each other?
Manje ke uthi asiqhubeke kuza kanjani ukuthi ubufakazi lobu buka VV nalobuyana buka JJ lezinto ezibhaliwe zicishe zifana.
Nkosi enkantolo ngikwazi ukuthi ayikho into engabuzwana ngokulimala mina futhi ngazange ngalimala.
My lord, what I know is that there's nowhere when I was asked about any injury and I have never been injured.
Ngoba ngisho Nkosi enkantolo mangacela manje ngicela ukunika ummeli wami ithuba lande ifayila lami lengafika ifayila lami la eza udoctor la wayengaphansi kwakhe lapha ngangisebenza khona azosho ukuthi ngangalimala mina la.
And my lord, I believe even if we could get an opportunity that my defense retrieve my file from work, then that file would show that I have never been injured,
And
especially as it comes from the doctor who used to check me.
I will tell you something that you don't know.
Uthi uzokutshela enye into ongayazi.
There's only one person that is common in this case that was seen by Dr. Tlokwe and Vivian Kronje, and his name is Bongani Ntanzi.
Uthi uzokutshela na into ongayazi ukuthi uyedwa umuntu la kuleli cala owabonana no Vivian Kronje, wabonana futhi no dokotela uhlokwe. Uthi lo muntu lo oyedwa uBongani Ntanzi.
Kusenkantolo nami ngicela ukuthi umshushisi akhumbule ukuthi ayikho into engithe mina ngicela ukuyocheck igolide ngicela ukuyobona umama lo omlungu akhuluma ngayo ayikho into ebhala lapha zange ngize ngithi le nto engifuna ukuyenza mina kusenkantolo.
And my lord, can the state please remember that I never said I would like to go and see to consult a doctor. Neither did I say I would like to go and meet the lady that the state is referring to by the name of Vivian Kronje.
Ngoba udokotela abangihambise kuye udokotela wabo nomama lo omlungu angimazi badibana phela mhlambe ngoba bangazi mina ngoba mina ngine card le medical lekapana phela ngisebenza ngoba bangitshela ukuthi asiye ku doctor ngizobakhomba ku doctor mntu doctor olaya Rustenburg nale card lami le medical.
Because my lord, this doctor whom I was taken to is a doctor that was brought to by the state, and even this magistrate, I'm not sure how did they meet up with the magistrate, because I have my card, a medical card, and if I was asked, I was going to be able to inform them that here is my doctor in Rustenburg.
I then put it to you, say, that the only source of this information is one other than Bongani Ntanzi.
Uthi uyakutshela ukuthi umuntu obanike lolu lwazi akekho omunye ngaphandle kwakaBongani Ntanzi.
Ngamanga nkosenkantolo.
That is a lie, my lord.
Phela namanye nkosenkantolo ngoba ngiyayitshela ukuthi yebo iqiniso ngangalima akaze ngilima nkosenkantolo emgodini.
Because my lord, if it was true, I was going to inform the court that indeed I once got injured at work.
I will argue that I don't have to invite you to tell me whether it's true or not.
Uthi nalokho uzokuyeka ke umshushisi uzoyixoxa ke mase sebaxoxisana nomantshi nabo abameli sebayenza lokho okubizwa ama-arguments.
Now let us proceed. An impression was created before this court that when you consulted Dr. Tlokwe, you were not taken to court. Hence, this document was introduced.
Manje kunomfanekiso oye wayenzwa la enkantolo ukuthi wena ithema uya kudokotela uhlokwe wawukade ungayanga enkantolo ingakho kugcine sekunale incwadi.
Kusenkantolo ngiyethemba mina sekukanengela nomeli wami ngamtshela ukuthi lapha engangikhona kwavele khona ngedanger tape angenanga ngaphakathi. Kwangena umhali nefile angazi noma kuyikatolo noma kwakoyini ngoba ngize ngaze emveni kwesikhathi ukuthi lo umuntu wayezo check emotweni ukuthi ngikhola ngempela yena emveni kwesikhathi iqala liqhubeka ngize ngagcina ngenza ukuthi hayi yena mshushisi ophethe iqala lama seRustenburg.
My lord, I believe I have explained already that the place where we went to, it had a safety tape wherein I did not go in there. It was Mohani who went in and came back with a particular person, and later I learned that that particular person that came with Mohani to come check if it was indeed me in the vehicle, it was a prosecutor. I never went in that courtroom.
Do you remember the time when Dr. Tlokwe gave evidence that there's a certain lady that was assisting him in conveying the message to you because his Zulu was a bit shaky, and I'm borrowing from his words.
Usakhumbula na ngalesikhathi udokotela uhlokwe ela enkantolo uye wathi yena kwakade kunomuntu wesifazane thizeni lo bekade emsiza ngesizulu ngoba isizulu sakhe sasikade singekho singalunganga kahle.
Ngiyethemba nami nkosenkantolo ngikhulumile ngalo muntu ngathi igama lakhe angilazi kodwa futhi ngisamkhomba ngisho ngambona.
I believe I have also stated that I do not know the name of that particular person and I would not be able to even point her out.
So you confirm that at some stage or during this time, there was a health questionnaire where questions were put to you and then you were answering.
Uyavuma ukuthi ngaleso sikhathi uye wabuzwa lemibuzo le la ukuthi wena ubokade uphana ngeimpendulo.
Nkosenkantolo ngiyanqaba lento ekhulunywa umshushisi angivumi nkosenkantolo.
My Lord, I am disputing what the state is putting to me.
Mangizongena phakathi thwala la umshini yezwe ngilayida amanzi nyenze kwawenza maqede kuthiwa mangisukume yipi into engangayikhuluma nayo ngoba into engayisanela namanye nkosenkantolo ngisanela ukuthi ngichelkiwe igolide namanye lokho ngishilo nkosenkantolo.
As when I went into that consultation room, then I was instructed to lie on the bed and I did so. Then I was checked through a machine. These documents, I only signed them because I was informed that I am signing to confirm that indeed I was checked.
So the lady that was translating English into isiZulu, what was she translating exactly?
Ma lo sisi lo bekade etolika ukusuka kwisingesi ukuya kwisizulu wayekade ekutolikela ini.
Mayethi kimi nkosenkantolo sisi buti siqedileke ukucheck igolide sayina la ngiyasayina ngivela ngiyocheck igolide.
My Lord, when that lady says to me, my brother, we are done checking for the gold tooth, can you please sign here?
Well done.
That is what she was doing and I signed.
I'm saying well done to you, Mr. Ntanzi.
Uthi uyakubongela mshushisi ngalokho.
You see, now you are signing the document right there where you were asked there was no gold, right there.
Uthi
Sorry, that's not exactly what he says. If clarification can be asked, my lord, that's misleading and that's unfair to the witness.
But the witness just said, the lady said to him, we are done, sign here. What other interpretation?
But at what stage did he say that, my lord?
I think that's the question that they should have asked the witness in examination in chief. I'm soliciting information from the witness, my lord, if I may be allowed.
Yes, Mr. Sibande.
Yes?
uthi ke umshushisi njengoba wena usanda kusho ukuthi usayinisiwe uma uqeda khona lapho ingakho wayekade ethu yakhalalisela ukuthi usukhuluma iqiniso leli eyena alifunayo.
Nkosenkantolo angazi ngizokhuluma kangaki nkosenkantolo manje umuntu igolide la bese ngisukuma mina ngiphuma ngihamba ngemotweni mangifike emotweni ngithi nje ngisahleli yana bese efika namaphepha ethi bhuti siqedile ungasayina wasesithole ukuthi igolide sekucheckile ngizothina ungitshela ngegolide nkosenkantolo.
My Lord, I do not know how will I be able to explain it, as after lying on the bed, and then I was checked, and then the lady said, thank you, we are done. And then I went to the vehicle, and she later came and said, thank you, we are done. Can you please sign here? That is the explanation I am giving, my Lord.
And umshushisa khumbula phela lapha ezandleni ngangifasiwe lento le ngikhisho ngokuthelezi mina ngokhiya ukuze ngisayine la mina.
And my Lord, can the state please recall that I was cuffed and Mr. Buthelezi is the one that removed the handcuff for me to sign.
Let's move along. This on record. Say this was your evidence that you brought to this court.
Uthi lobu ubufakazi obulethile la enkantolo.
Bulethwe yimi.
Brought by myself.
Yes, through your attorney.
Uthi yebo bulethwe wena buza nangommeli wakho.
Yebo.
Yes.
According to the evidence of Dr. Shokwe, the examination took 30 to 40 minutes.
Ukuya ngobufakazi bukadokotela uhlokwe uthe ukukuhlola lokuyana kuthathe imizuzu engaba 30 noma 40.
Nkosenkantolo ngeke ngiphendule isikhathi ngoba nesikhathi sokungena nesokuphuma kuye ngemotweni nesokuphuma emotweni ngeya kuye angisazi kosenkantolo.
My Lord, I would not be able to testify on the time because even the time that we arrived at that place, through to the time when I went back to the vehicle, I do not know.
Mangakhumbula kahle ngiqala ukukhuluma la ngendaba yase Rustenburg. Ngikhulumela ukuthi umkhani wangishiya emotweni wangela ngaphakathi. Waphinde wabuya. Asikhatha ngesikala ngwazi watshena ukutheleza ukuthi mabangivulela ngaphuma ngabalandela ngawo check out angecheckiwa ngabuya ngahlala emotweni ngabashiya ngaphakathi.
If my memory serves me well, I did mention in court that upon our arrival, Mokhane went inside and then he came back and informed Buthelezi to take me into that place, and that's when we went inside. And then after that, we came back.
So as per the version of the state that the examination took 30 to 40 minutes, the only thing the lady interpreted was to tell you to lie on bed.
Uthi ke ukuya ngobufakazi buthi ukuhlolwa laphayana kuthathe imizuzu emashumi amathathu noma amashumi amane. Lento ekuthi lo yasisi uyitolike nje ukuthi lala laphaya.
Ngitoleke la.
Ekutshela njengoba kade kukhulunywa ngesingesi usisi loyana washo ngesizulu ukuthi ulale kuloya mbhede.
Kosenkantolo ngiyaphinda futhi. Ngithi embhedeni la ngilala ubhutilo engakafiki kusekhona usisi nomhane nobuthelezi nomabhena phakathi noJonathan ngalala weza lo bhutilo wafika baphusha umshini bawusondeza kimi bakhanyisa ubhuti wacheka ayichekayo emvela kwathi usesawu soqedile ngasuma lapha ubutheleza si ngangiphuma futhi.
My Lord, I repeat that I laid on the bed when the doctor, the male doctor, was not there. It was still myself and the lady and Mokhane and Buthelezi. Then after that, the doctor came and he checked me. And then when he was done, I stood up and I then followed Buthelezi going out of that medical consultation room.
It was evidence in this court that after you went inside that consultation room, the police officers remained outside the door with the door slightly opened as a safety precaution.
Ubufakazi obuzela enkantolo kuthiwe ithe wena uma ungena phakathi kulayi ukuthi amaphoyisa aye wama ngaphandle kodwa umnyango wawukade ungavalwanga kakhulu wawukade uvulwe kancane ukuze nje nabo bakwazi ukuthi bavikeleke.
Kosenkantolo kulona iqiniso le nkosi kodwa ngikhuluma ngabantu engangenabo la phakathi la. Akulona iqiniso lena Kosenkantolo.
That is not correct. I am referring to the people that I was with inside that consultation room.
And then when Mokhane gave evidence, was that fact put to him that he was right inside when exhibit VV1 was being completed?
Mokhane uma ephana ngobufakazi uye watshelwa na ukuthi Mokhane ngalesikhathi uNtanzi ehlolwa udokotela wawukade ungaphakathi.
Ngiyethemba Kosenkantolo bangelapha ngizokhulumela leti ayenzeka kimi mina Kosenkantolo.
I believe as I am standing here, my Lord, I am here to testify on what happened to me.
Nale yenzeka ngikhona ngibona mina Kosenkantolo.
And what happened in my presence whilst I was seeing.
So two people that you say were present, being Mokhane and Dr. Hloko, do not align the evidence with what you are saying.
Abantu ababini labo wena uthi bayibakade bekhona abakhulumi into efana nobufakazi bakho. Mokhane nodokotela uHloko.
Kosenkantolo ngiyaphinda futhi ngithi mina ubhuti lo wafika ngicheck umlomo ungithole senilele la angeke ngihlale nosisi nomhane mina ngiyisiboshwa.
My Lord, I repeat, the gentleman found me already having lied on the bed, and I would not be seated with Mokhane and the lady there.
Ngoba namanje ngisasho Kosenkantolo ukuthi ngaphakathi la kwawusisi ngumhane umabhena ngubuthelezi uJonathan lona engalazi igama lakho uyo le wayeme eminyango lo engalazi igama lakho ukuthi wakubani.
And my Lord, I still repeat that in that consultation room it was myself, the lady, Mokhane, Jonathan, Buthelezi, no bani,
nomabhena
and Mabena, And then the one that I did not know his name was the one who was standing by the door side.
wasengena yena-ke lo wafika wangikhanyisa ngomshini.
And then came this particular one that brought this machine towards me.
So you are telling this court, this questionnaire, the doctor just sat down and decided to select whatever that he wanted to select here, and then he made you sign.
Manje wena uthi udokotela uvele wahlala phansi yena wakhetha ukuthi uzobhala la nala bese ethi wena uvele usign.
Nkosenkantolo angishongo ukuthi wahlala phansi mina. First qala silungise lapha. Eyami impendulo nkosenkantolo makuzothiwa sign la sesekucheckile igoleti. Ngiyasayina ngithi ungihambise yena lapha kubantu bakhe angithi ungihambisela ukuthi ngiyocheck igoleti mase thatha ngicheckile file ngisayina.
My Lord, can we please correct this? I did not say that the doctor sat down and started completing this document. I said the doctor checked me, and after that he said I must sign, and I did as I was instructed by the doctor.
Let me ask you a question, simple question, yes or no?
Uthi ithakubuze umbuzo olula, umbuzo odinga impendulo kayebo noma cha.
Do you understand?
Uyazwisisa?
Yebo nkosenkantolo.
Yes, my Lord.
Are you a smoker?
Uyabhema?
Angibhemi nkosenkantolo lokungazala.
No, my Lord. Ever since I was born, I have never smoked.
So the doctor also said you are not a smoker.
Udokotela uthe awubhemi.
Utheni?
Uthe awubhemi udokotela. Ubhalela ukuthi wena awubhemi.
Angibhemi nkosenkantolo lokungazalwa vele.
Yes, my Lord, I do not smoke.
So that information, it falls within your personal knowledge. The doctor will not have known that you don't smoke.
Wena umuntu obekade wazi ukuthi awubhemi, udokotela bengeke azi ukuthi awubhemi ngaphandle kokuthi atshelwe wena.
Nkosenkantolo ngiyaphinda futhi. Angihlalanga isikhathi mina kubhutilwa nosisi. Ngoba ngangena lapha ngalala umphetelo wangikhanyisa kuphela ngaphuma ngayihambela. Azange ngidibana nembuzo le mina nkosenkantolo.
My Lord, I repeat, I did not take long in that consultation room. I only got there, laid on the bed, checked, and then I stood up and left. I did not get these type of questions.
See, now I want an answer, Mr. Ntanzi. There's no running away from this.
Uthi manje ufuna impendulo akukho ukuthi ungabaleka.
How would have the doctor known of this fact?
Udokotela waze kanjani lezi zinto azibhalela?
Nkosenkantolo angimazi umuntu wethathaphi.
My Lord, I do not know where he got that information.
Are you now suggesting that the doctor is a prophet?
Manje ufuna ukuthi udokotela loyana umprofeti?
If we avoid sarcasm, we'll finish this evidence in chief. As the court pleases me.
I withdraw that question. How will have the doctor known of this information?
Udokotela waze kanjani lezi zinto azibhalela?
Ngiyathemba nkosenkantolo into engiyiphendulile namanje ngiphendulele kalebohile phethane nenamba. Leyo kubuziwe ukuthi uma ngathiwa sithola inkinga sizoxhumana nobani ngoba wena usajela ukuze ngibanikele namba le.
My Lord, I believe the only question I answered was this one of Lebogang Phethane, when it was said to me if they find that there is something wrong, who are they going to consult as I was in prison? And I gave them the information of Lebogang Phethane.
Have you had any operation or surgical procedure?
Usuke wahlinzwa
Lokungazala nkosenkantolo.
ever since I was born, my Lord.
And the doctor said, yeah, he supports you. Never happened.
Udokotela naye uyasho la ukuthi awukaze wahlinzwa.
Nkosenkantolo ngiyaphinda ngithi azange ngibuziwe ngalento ebhalwe mina nkosenkantolo.
My Lord, I repeat that I have never been asked questions with regards to what is written here.
Did you take any drugs?
Kuneyidakamizwa ozithathayo?
Namanje nkosenkantolo angibheme drugs mina.
No, my Lord.
You see, that's why the doctor said, he said, you do not take drugs.
Udokotela nala ubhale kanjalo ukuthi awuthathi idakamizwa.
And I put it to you, Mr. Ntanzi, the only source of this information is one other than Bongani Ntanzi.
uthi ingakho umshushisi athi umuntu onike udokotela lolwazi ubongani Ntanzi.
Nkosi enkantolo ngiyathemba lo mbuzo ngibuzayo. Umuntu obhema ugwayi uyambona ukuthi lo ubhema ugwayi.
My Lord, I believe this question. When a person smokes, you can be able to see that this person smokes cigarette.
Nomuntu ophuza utshwala ngafe ngutshela lo uyaphuza utshwala.
Even a person who drinks, my Lord.
So mina
I would
lezi
be
tebhala
able
la
to
Nkosi enkantolo
state.
ngidibane nazo Nkosi enkantolo ngiyaxolisa kakhulu.
Even a person who consumes alcohol, my Lord, I would be able to state that this one consumes alcohol. This one that is written here, my Lord, I am not part of.
Your counsel said you must avoid sarcasm. You must also do the same.
Ummeli wakho uthe singakhulumi ingathi sikhomba abanye abantu ngeminwe uthi nawe uyeke lokho.
Ngiyaxolisa Nkosi enkantolo.
My apologies, my Lord.
And then the questionnaire goes on. Are you pregnant?
Bese kuyaqhutshekwa la umbuzo uthi ukhulelwe na?
And then the doctor said no.
Udokotela wathi cha.
Nkosi enkantolo angazi noma umuntu njengami uyakhulela ngiqala ukuzwa la letebhalweni.
My Lord, I am not sure if a person like me would be pregnant. It is my first time seeing it here.
Do you have TB or lung disease?
Unaso isifo sesifuba noma esamaphaphu?
Azange Nkosi enkantolo ngaphatha angazi ke manje kudala ngagcina ungela ngimedical manje angazi.
I don't know now, my Lord, but I have never been a patient of TB or lung diseases.
Can you see someone, as you can see someone who smokes and drinks alcohol, that this person does have TB or does not have TB?
Umuntu onesifo sesifuba uyakwazi ukuthi ungambona njengoba ukuthi uthi umuntu obhemayo nophuzayo uyakwazi ukuthi umbone.
Angeke ngikwazi mina Nkosi enkantolo kumbona.
I would not be able to see a
And
person.
then you agree with me, the only way you can determine that is to ask that particular person, correct?
Uyavuma ukuthi ukuze wazi ukuthi umbuze lo muntu ukuthi unaso leso sifo na.
Nkosi enkantolo angisuchwephesha wokucheck abantu mina Nkosi enkantolo.
My
Futhi akekho
Lord.
umuntu engangamcheck.
My Lord, I am not an expert in checking people, and there is no one that I have ever checked.
We are not talking about you being checked, questionnaire, questions and answers.
Uthi akakhulumi ngokucheka ukhuluma ngemibuzo neimpendulo eziphiwe la.
Njengoba ngisho Nkosi enkantolo ukuthi mina angidibani nalento ethikhwela ngoba akaze ngidibane nombuzo lona Nkosi enkantolo.
My Lord, as I am saying, I have never made these questions, and I am not part of anything that was asked there.
Were you on medication?
So, my Lord, I mean, really now, the witness has said ad nauseum. I'm using Mr. Baloi's word. Ad nauseum. I've got no part, I'm not part of this questionnaire. And still my learned colleague goes on through what is noted on the form. If he's got an argument, my Lord, perhaps it's a matter that he can argue. As the court pleases.
Yes, sir.
My Lord, that is the only way to determine that this information that was brought by them before this court, it came from the accused. How can I do that without asking these questions? And it's aligned with what I am submitting before this court or with the answer that I'm getting from the accused. I don't know where is the unfairness in this questioning, in those line of questions.
Yeah, okay, let's hear you.
The last question, what was the answer?
Impendulo bowutheni kumpendulo yombuzo wokugcina?
Ngisacela ngikhumbuze futhi.
May you please
I was
remind us
asking
of the
about
question.
if you are on medication, yes or no.
Ubekade ebuza ukuthi wena uthatha amaphilisi athize?
Cha Nkosi enkantolo.
No, my Lord.
And the doctor said no.
Nodokotela naye ubhale ukuthi awuthathi mithi ethize.
Into engithanda Nkosi enkantolo ukuthi ibhale udokotela uNtanzi.
What I like, my Lord, is that it is the doctor who has written here, not Ntanzi.
You never said you wrote this document. We say you answered these questions.
uthi umshushisi akazange athi uwe obhalela yena uthi uwe ophendulele mibuzo.
Ngiyanqaba Nkosi enkantolo.
I refuse that, my lord.
Now, let us proceed. Let's get to the issue of signatures.
Asiqhubeke ke siye kwindaba le yama signature.
Did you know what was this document?
Bowazi ukuthi yini lencwadi?
Nkosi enkantolo manginike incwadi elithiwa nathi incwadi yakho check igolide. Angithi uyangitshena, angimbuzi ukuthi incwadi yani uyangitshena.
My lord, when I was given this document, I was informed that this is your document that we checked for the gold tooth. I was informed.
But you do not know what is written inside this document.
Kodwa wena wawukade ungazi ukuthi kubhalweni kule ncwadi.
Angazi Nkosi enkantolo namanje ngiyaphinda ngithi makuthiwa sayina na incwadi yokucheck igolide ngizoyisayina ngithi ungicheckile igolide Nkosi enkantolo.
I did not know what was the content of this document, my lord, and when it was given to me that sign here is a document that we have checked for your gold tooth, and indeed they checked, and that's why I signed, my lord.
And then, without any assault or force, you signed this document twice.
We signile le ncwadi kabini ungashawanga ungaphoqwanga.
Ngiyathemba Nkosi enkantolo emlonyeni wami lokhu ngishilo ukuthi kuthiwa nali iphepha sayina ucheckile igolide.
I
Lokhu
believe,
ngisho
my
njalo
lord,
nje Nkosi enkantolo phambi kwakho.
I have said that they came with this document and said I should sign as they have checked for the gold tooth.
Now, let us proceed.
Asiqhubeke.
Let's just put away Exhibit VV1.
Uthi le sibeke.
After that incident in that hospital, what happened?
Bese ke uma niqeda lapha esibhedlela kwayenzakala.
Ziphumile Nkosi enkantolo imoto engilandela kwazo zahamba.
Vehicles left that hospital premises following each other.
Where were they heading to?
Beziyaphi imoto?
Angazi Nkosi enkantolo manje police station le ngagcina ngilele kuya ngeke ngikhumbule manje.
I do not know, my lord, as even that police station which I was placed in, I would not remember it.
Okay. Let's revisit that document again. Page 2.
VV1.
Yes, VV1.
Uthi asibuyele kuyo lencwadi le ku page 2.
Clinical examination.
Size la lapho kade uhlolwa khona. Yes.
First column it says extra oral exam.
Lana ithi kuhlolwa ngaphakathi emlomo.
Yebo Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes, my lord.
And the options there is normal or abnormal.
Lana kuthiwa kwakade kulungile noma kungalunganga.
And then general appraisal, it was normal.
Lana la ukuthi ithema babona yonke into kuthiwa kakade ku normal uma kuhlolwa emlomo.
Yebo ngiyeza Nkosi enkantolo kodwa Nkosi enkantolo ngeke ngicomment mina ngede ebhalwa umuntu angazange ngibuze yona. Nguye wayengichecka ngithi mina ngizichecka Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes, my lord, and I would not be able to comment on what I was checked on by the doctor, as he's the one that checked me, not myself, and I did not mark there.
We're done with the questioning now. Now we're coming to examination.
Uthi sesiqedile ngemibuzo siza manje labo kade uhlolwa khona.
And that's what he noted when he examined you.
Izinto udokotela azibhalile uma ekuhlola.
Yebo ngiyezwa.
Yes, I hear that.
And he said you were normal.
Uthe yena wawukade ulungile unormal.
Kusho yena Nkosi enkantolo ngithi akusho mina.
That is what he said, not me, my lord.
Lymph nodes, normal.
Yena ke lapha ku number 3 uthe ngaphakathi emlomo wena wawukade ulungile.
Yebo ngezwe Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes, I hear that, my lord.
TM joints normal.
Wathi nama joints wo la wokuhlafuna wayekade nawo elungile.
Yebo ngezwe Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes, I hear that, my lord.
Intraoral exam normal.
Wathi nala emlomo ngaphakathi phezulu kwakade nakhona kulungile.
Yebo ngezwe Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes, my lord, I hear that.
Lips and buccal mucosa normal.
Neimpande zemilomo nazo zazikade zilungile zinormal.
Yebo ngezwe Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes, I hear that.
What is your comment so far?
Wena uthini ngalokho?
Namanje Nkosi enkantolo ngiyaphinda ngidinga ngicommente ngento engabhalanga futhi angisichecka ngalo nguya ngithi wayengichecka mangizokhomenta ngithini phambi Nkosi enkantolo.
My lord, I would repeat that I would not comment on what I was checked on. He is the one who was checking me, not myself.
Oropharynx and tonsils.
Uthi ithema kakuhlola noma uphimbo.
That's
Naye
normal.
ubone ikuthi yayikade inormal.
Palate normal.
Uthi nangaphakathi phambi kwemiphimbo nakhona kwakade kulungile.
Floor of the mouth is normal.
Nangaphansi la kumlomo uthi kwakade kulungile.
Tongue, there is no option there.
Nelimi ke akabhalanga lutho kulimi ukuthi ulimi lakho lalinjani.
Gingival and periodontium abnormal.
Uthi ke uye wabhala nokuthi nala ku langaphakathi ngasemlomo la kuyinhlathi nakhona kwakade kungalunganga ke.
And then finding a differential diagnosis, it says gingival recession of on 41, 42 and 31.
Uthi ke ithema kabheka ke uye wabona ukuthi khona ngala ngakule lento le engala ngasemahlangothini kona uye wabona ukuthi kunento ukuthi ibhaliwe ku 41, 42 no 41 futhi.
Angle, and then angle classification class 1.
Ithe maka hlola ukuthi wena ukuphi ukweyiphi iclass uthe kubhale uclass 1.
And then teeth chart, interdental spaces 11, 12, 21, 22, 23 and 12.
Ithe makabheka amazinyo ubone ukuthi amazinyo wakho kunalayi ukuthi kunama space khona kwezinyo lesi 11, 12, 21, 22, 23 no 12.
Okay? And then from these, the doctor testified that there were no injuries that were detected.
Uthi ukusuka la udokotela yena uthe bekade kungena kulimala okubonini.
Phambi kweNkosi enkantolo akaze ngisho mina Nkosi enkantolo ukuthi ngalemala amazinyo.
Before the court, my lord, I never said I got injured on my tooth.
Okwesibili Nkosi enkantolo mina engifuna ukwazi ukuthi yonke lento ayibhalela wayengichecka ngasiphi isikhathi ngoba kimi weza ngento eyisipuna ngathi insimbi encane ehamba efaka lapha phakathi kwamazinyo ukuthi wayengichecka namathansela yonke into efundwa la ayangimangaza Nkosi enkantolo.
My lord, I would like to also know when did the doctor check me all of these things, because he came to me with a certain object that looked like a spoon and he just checked in between the tooth. I don't remember him checking me all of these things, including the tonsils.
So you forgot now that you told this court that he came with something like a light when you were made to lie on the bed.
Uthi manje umshushisi ukhohliwe ukuthi wena utshele inkantolo ukuthi udokotela uze nomshini onesibani okhanyise kuwe.
Namanje Nkosi enkantolo ngisho njalo ngithi mayeza nomshini belayida la kimi uphethe into engathi isipunu so uyifaka la emazinyeni ezikhaleni zamazinyo la ami futhi aphendula straight etshena usisi lokuthi akangitshela ukuthi akaze ngilifake egolide kuna space segolide la.
Yes, my lord, I still remember that I did say he came with that light and he came with an object that looked like a spoon and he checked in between the spaces of my tooth and he informed this lady that she should inform me that there was no space for a gold tooth.
So, lying on top of that bed, that light inside your mouth, was that not an examination?
Manje njengoba wakade ulele laphayana kuleyo mbhede nalesiya sibani naye elibele ephethe le yanto leyana kwakade engakuhloli na.
Nkosi enkantolo ukuthi angikwazi ukuthi amathansela akazangiphathe kube mhlamba akangiphathe ngizokwenza umzekelo. Nkosi enkantolo uma umuntu efaka ispoon phakathi kwamazinyo usuke checker yena kanti so angicheck yona into efuna emazinyeni.
My Lord, it's just I have never had a problem with tonsillitis. If I had, I would be informing the court. But when a person brings an object that looks like a spoon and checked in between the tooth, that person, I believe, is checking my tooth.
Ngoba namanje phambi kwasolo phambi kodwa la phambi kwekatolo lokho ngikhulumile la ukuthi mina ngafaka ispoon phakathi kwamazinyo leze ebhalwe la ngithi Nkosi enkantolo angizazi mina.
And my Lord, I keep on maintaining that I was only put that object that looked like a spoon. And these ones that are written here, my Lord, I do not know all these things.
Did you tell Dr. Hlokwe that you were assaulted?
Uye wamtshela udokotela Hlokwe ukuthi wena ushayiwe?
Akazangibuza Nkosi enkantolo.
He did not ask.
Since you were in the hospital environment, was it not proper for you to also seek medical attention there?
Njengoba wawukade usesibhedlela awucabanga ukuthi indawo ebekade ilungile ukuthi khona lapho ucele ukuthi uhlolwe ukuthi ulimele manje udinga usizo.
Nkosi enkantolo ngiyethemba lapha ngihanjiswe khona kwangesiya intando yami kwangesiya imvume yami futhi akaze ngirepotele ukuthi sikusa kubani.
My Lord, I believe wherever I was taken to, it was not my will and it was not my choice. And I have never gotten a report that we are taking you to such a place.
Ukube mhlambe babe ngibuzile ukuthi medical yakhiphi angizothi abanginike ifoni ukuthi bayiphethe ngifonele umuntu angilethele medical ngibatshela ukuthi asingene la ku doctor wami lo othatha imali kimi.
And if I would have been asked, where is your medical? I believe the witness is referring to a medical aid. He would have asked for his phone so that he can be able to contact a person who was in possession of his medical aid so that he would be able to go to his doctor.
And the doctor said you were communicating very coherently and fluently.
Uthi udokotela naye wawukade ukhuluma kahle naye.
Ngiyethemba Nkosi enkantolo nommeli wami ngimtshela ukuthi baba uMgomezulu ayikho into engayikhuluma nalomuntu oseboxini.
My Lord, I believe I have also informed my defense attorney that Mr. Mgomezulu, there is nothing that I spoke to the gentleman who is in the witness stand.
And then through that examination, the doctor indeed confirmed that he did not have a gold tooth.
Did not have
A gold tooth.
a gold tooth. Nga lapho udokotela ngemva kokuthi sekakuhlolile yena uye washo ukuthi awunayo awukaze waba negolide ezinyweni.
Angithi Nkosi enkantolo la phakathi uyakhuluma ukhuluma ubhekise kumhali usisi lo yena bese etshena mina ngithi ukuthi hayi but esiqedile asithi lento le ethoza icheck ayikho.
My Lord, as we were inside, as he was speaking to Mukhani, then the lady informed me that, my brother, we are done, and what you came here for a checkup, we did not get that gold tooth.
Now, do you see that Dr. Hlokwe was very fair and very independent?
Uyabona ke ukuthi udokotela uHlokwe wayekade kudokotela ozimele.
Angikwazi lokho ngikuzwa ngaye mina Nkosi enkantolo.
I do not know that. I am hearing it from you, my Lord.
Yes. Now, let us proceed from the point where now you are heading back to a certain police station. Take me through that.
Asuke ke la esibhedlela siye la ubokade near kwi police station ethize.
You are leaving Rustenburg now. Where did you go
Angisenyaphuma
to?
manje eRustenburg. Niyephi?
Angisakhumbula Nkosi enkantolo mina ngangikhumbuza i police station ngoba into engididayile ama police station futhi bengena ngapha ngangena ngizazi kahle kahle ukuthi
I
bangikhishwe namhlanje ngizolala laphi.
I do
Angibona
not
ngabo.
I do not remember, my lord, if maybe the state could respectfully remind me of the police station, because on these 4 police stations, I did not know which one was I taken to whenever I am booked out.
Before we get to that police station, I want us to, before you go back to that police station, we touch briefly before we adjourn on Exhibit RR.
Uthi ngaphambi kokuthi singaya kuleyo police station kunalayo ukuthi kuye kwakhulunywa ngobufakazi obuka RR.
This one is page 1.
Can we please the same? We have only VV here.
You don't have RR. On page 1,
Which is here with page 1. Yes, we are there.
22nd of June 2020,
Gate 22 zika June 2020.
the presiding officer on that date was A. Ruos,
Umuntu obekade engumantshi lapho kwakade ku A Ruas,
and then the public prosecutor, Ms. Tele,
umshushisi kwakade ku Mamcele,
the interpreter, Ms. Ngwenya,
utoliki kwakade ku Mamngwenya,
and the defense, no one was indicated there, stenographer, Mr. Sediko.
ummeli akuzange kubhalwe lutho, umuntu obekade esebenza kumshini bekade kumnumzana uSedikwe.
And then words written defense is IP, meaning in person.
La ukuthi kubhalwe ummeli, kubhalwe IP echaza ukuthi wawukade umuntu loyo ubekade ezimele.
And then according to this document, if I interpret it correctly, your election was to be represented by legal aid.
Ukuya ngale ncwadi uma eyifunda kahle umshushisi uthi kubonakala ingathi wena Msolwa uye wakhetha ukuthi umelwe abameli laba abohulumende abangakhokhelwa abaka legal aid.
Nkosenkantolo namanje ngiyaphinda ngithi Nkosenkantolo ngelanga ngesecourt eRustenburg akaze ngene ngaphakathi nalo mmeli ngeke ngimkhombe la mina lo mmeli engaqhamuka thoya engimele ngeke ngimkhombe mina.
My Lord, I repeat that on the day when I was in court in Rustenburg, I did not go into the courtroom, as even that defense counsel that is being mentioned, I will not be able to point out that counsel, as I did not go inside the courtroom.
Uma kwekuthi Nkosenkantolo ngangimele ngummeli wayipho engezanga kimi emontweni uma kungena umhane ngaphakathi nefile why engezanga kimi emontweni ngoba lapha kwakune corona kwakuvala ngedanger tape Nkosenkantolo.
If there was an attorney that was representing me, why didn't that attorney come to me when Mohani came back, as in that place there was a danger tape?
We will fully canvass this point. I want us to move to the proof.
As my colleague is referring this court to Exhibit RR, it appears from the portion that he was reading, which is page 1, he brought the attention of the court to the presiding officers, the the public prosecutor, interpreter, etc. were. But as you read down that very same page, it says Ms. Modibo on record for accused 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm not so sure whether the state is aware of that indication. So it means, and as I look on the face of the charge sheet, which is the J15, we don't have accused number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here. We only having accused number, only one accused was Bongani Sandison Ntanzi. So that basically indicates that what the court's attention is brought to could and is not a proper reflection of what happened on that day. Therefore, reliance on this charge sheet, on this exhibit RR, is very faulty, my lord. Unless the state is able to explain who this Ms. Modibo, who these accused, these 5 accused were, that Ms. Modibo was appearing on their behalf. Otherwise, reliance on this charge sheet can really not be heard in terms of what it is contained on what I've just drawn the court's attention to. Thank you, madam.
Yes, Mr. Sibande.
From the face of the J15, my lord, is only one accused person. And on page 1, it is a pro forma that the magistrate used in that particular court, just to make the process much quicker, to even indicate Ms. Modibo usually being the legal aid office of that particular court. And by saying accused 1, 2, 3, 4, there's nothing there that was indicated whether there were other accused persons. Where it says accused number 1, which is only reflected as the only accused person in front of the J15, it was indicated legal aid. So I can only make a submission as far as that there was no other accused person, he was the only accused person. And these proceedings, they are in relation to him only. And as a result, the matter was postponed in custody and accused did not have bail at that stage.
So your submission is that that's a proper record.
That is a proper record, my lord.
Yeah, you can argue that with Mr. Mnisi, whether it's a proper record or not.
Is the court, please.
I say you two can argue that. Because he says it's a
Right
proper
now,
record.
I can.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
prepared to argue it right now.
No, you don't argue right now. You argue at the end of the case.
Oh, okay. Thank you, madam.
Yeah, Bo.
Is the court, please. Just before we adjourn for the day, let's quickly move to the appearances of the 13th of July 2020.
Uthumshushisi ya asiye labe kade kukhulunywe khona nge-13 zika July.
My apologies. I wanted, it's not the same one. I'll get you the correct one. August 2020. Sorry.
Uthi siye kwi-3 zika August 2020.
I just want to demonstrate something.
Uthi kunento afuna ukubonisa yona.
Appearances for the day, presiding officer, Ms. A. Ruos, prosecutor, Mr. Mohape C, interpreter, Ms. Chabalala, defense accused 1, Mr. Mjiako.
Uthi ke nge-3 zika August ke khona kushiwo ummeli umshushisi nomantshi kuthiwa ke ummeli kwakade kumnumzana Mjiyako. Can you please see a copy?
I don't have that page.
It's only in this RR.
Yes, on that
Page number?
Page number 5.
Page number 5.
Yes.
The same